Hi, everyone. I'll tell you what, NamesCon Online was a fantastic event. And one of the great things about NamesCon is you get to meet old friends. And let me tell you, there is no greater friend of mine than Freddy. Many of you know him as a domain investor, as a real innovator of the industry. And I thought it'd be great for us to catch up right now to find out what Freddy's doing nowadays. So, Freddy, it's so good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you. Again,
Yeah.
after NamesCon, not in person.
NamesCon. Did you have a good time at NamesCon?
Yeah, it was wonderful. I have not expected such a great event. I felt like 15 years ago on traffic.
Yes. I think we met at the Venetian in Las Vegas. Is that right?
Maybe even earlier. I'm not sure.
Even earlier? I'm just trying to remember. Like, it was a long time ago, and I remember we first met each other, and it's always good talking to you. Yeah. So what was the highlight for you about NamesCon?
That there have been so many people, and that they have been so active.
Yes.
It was totally different. Normally, sometimes you see a crowd on NamesCon, and yeah, I always go to people. I always want to talk to, yeah. But then sometimes you see people sitting or staying around, and they don't want to join the group because maybe they are unsure, not so safe, yeah. They don't feel so safe. But there at the NamesCon Online, it was totally different because you just clicked and you didn't need to speak. You just
exactly. Yeah, you could be a lurker, couldn't you? You could just grab a seat and listen to someone else's conversation, or people could have private conversations.
Like a mouse in a room. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I must admit that networking area, that hub on the NamesCon for that networking area was outstanding. Like, it was just like you said, you just went and clicked on a seat, and if someone else joined your table, then suddenly it would start up with video conferencing, and you'd be talking to people. The only thing you're missing is be able to say, "Hey, would you like me to buy you a drink?" That was about it.
Yeah, or you need to make sure that you had enough drinks at your table because you were so busy. I didn't want to leave my table.
Yeah,
crazy.
I agree. Like, it was an amazing time, and for me, it was from 1 a.m. until about 5:30 a.m. I died at 5:30. So I said to people that I feel jet lag without having to fly.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think the latest day I made it was until 1:30 or 2. Some other of my colleagues, some of my other colleagues stayed a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but I said no, thank you. That's enough.
Fair enough. I must admit, like, I'm there at NamesCon, and I kept on running into one person after another from this company called FLATsite, and I discovered you're the CEO of FLATsite.
Yeah, it's a new project of us. It's a new project of us, exactly.
Yeah, so tell us about FLATsite. Like, I'm sure people would in the domain industry would just love to know about what's going on.
Okay, since 2-3 years we built hosting brands.
Yeah.
Actually, in 3 hours we will take over another one. I cannot tell at the moment, but in 3 hours we will sign.
Yeah.
So,
aren't you supposed to be on holidays?
Yeah, I'm on holiday. No, but that's the. So, well, digital nomad. You can work from everywhere. So I'm in a camping car right now.
That's good. That's good, but bad, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. FLATsite. We saw many clients like us working a lot with WordPress, but as soon as you have high traffic sites and you try these cache plugins and everything, it's not really working. It works to a certain extent, but the security issue still stays.
So that's a big problem, security, isn't it?
Yeah. So what we did is with FLATsite, we built a product which turns your WordPress website completely into a static website. There's no database anymore at all. There is no login page anymore. Anyway, even if we would kept it, it makes no sense because
Yeah.
there's no database anymore. So if you do not give somebody your FTP or SFTP,
Yeah.
no
Then it's
way
secure.
to make it. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So that means if there's no database lookups and things like that, it means it must be fast.
It's ultra fast. The only thing what the web server has to do is to deliver the HTML, CSS. There's no work anymore. So now imagine you are using Nginx hosting.
Yeah.
It's fastest, right? It's impossible to make it even more faster. So, but this the plugins are converted completely into CSS and HTML, and you can still use it like a regular WordPress website.
Wow. Okay.
You only need to log in into FLATsite.
Mm-hmm.
When you log in into FLATsite, you will still have your complete original WordPress interface. We did no modification in WordPress. We are underneath of WordPress and use the results what WordPress produces to show to the browser.
Wow. So it's not only fast, it's secure. So there are two big things. Like I must admit, like when you go online, and particularly if you're a small business or medium-sized business, let's face it, you don't need a lot of the fancy stuff that's quite often there in something like WordPress. Like I've been using Joomla and WordPress and all that sort of stuff for many years, and you don't often need all that stuff. You just want to have a brochure up online saying, "Hey, order your burrito here." Just so much like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Our main customer at the moment, it's nice that you mentioned this with this little one-man shows and small companies that don't care about their website, and we still see very often many websites from the 90s. And I sometimes start smiling. Why was this never updated? This company still exists. They don't care. So
because they're running their business. They're not running the technology. That's what they're running. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These customers we will take care of very soon. At the moment, we are targeting domainers, SEO companies or SEO people, blognet networks. They are really in need of an easy solution with a dashboard for thousands and thousands of websites, or maybe only 5. Our technology don't care if it is 5 websites or 5,000 websites.
Yeah.
And where you can very easily manage really a boatload of WordPress websites, convert them into static sites, and deploy them. We take the extra route through Git, so you have very great versioning.
Yeah.
You can always go back. We have a team system where you can create teams for different types of WordPress websites of your clients. You can give even your client access and then deploy these changes. So
can you do everything in the WordPress backend and then click on a button and say deploy as a flat site?
Exactly.
Oh, fantastic. So you get the benefit of the database without the security and the risks and the speed issues, because the only thing visible to the public is the flat site.
Exactly. It's the flat site, which is HTML, CSS.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. That is really, really clever. So this has been in a project for about 3 years, you're saying?
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. We started it. Actually, it was working already 2.5 years ago, but without a pretty interface, without the possibility to manage clients in a proper way. And I showed it to an SEO company. They run a very huge blog network.
Yeah.
They're clients of us, and they said, "I want this. I want this now." And I said, "Well, let me think about it." And then I said, "Well, I would need to build an interface." No, I want it now. I want it now. So he was our test client. He was our test client, and we kept on interviewing him. What does he need? What he's missing? And he helped us stabilizing it. Yeah, now here we are.
That's fantastic. That's great. So, so as well as doing your hosting, you're now doing flat sites. And is that going to be bundled with your hosting, or is that FLATsite something you'll sell to other hosting companies? Like, what do you plan on doing?
FLATsite is completely separate.
Okay.
The client can still keep his own hosting. Okay, we know the SEO companies or the blog networks. They have sometimes hundreds and thousands of hostings around the world at any type of different hosting company.
Yeah.
These accounts they still can keep. They only migrate the WordPress with any type of WordPress migration plugin into FLATsite and deploy it new to the hosting account. But the advantage here is that there's much less load on the hosting account. That means usually when you buy a hosting, you can usually install 2, 5, 10 websites on it. But as soon as it's a Joomla or WordPress, well, maybe 1 or 2, because then the load, the performance goes down. With FLATsite, you have the possibility to use all the account, really all the possibilities of the hosting account. You can run on one hosting account 10 or more WordPress websites, or you take one WPS and have thousands of them.
Does it only work with WordPress or some of the other content management solutions as well?
Yes. At the moment, we made it work with WordPress. We have tested already Joomla and others, but the market at the moment for WordPress is so tremendous that we first want to we want to deliver all the wishes from our clients first for WordPress, and then
of course, of course, that makes complete sense. Well, so I've got to ask the question: what does it cost?
The entry package is below for. No, you caught me. You want Australian dollars, US dollars, or euros?
US dollars or euros, doesn't matter. That's all. I can work in all of them.
Okay, let it look me up quickly. But I think
I'll give you a second to look this up. Like you gotta know that.
$45. It starts at $45. But
$45 a month.
Yes, $45 a month, and it comes with I think 32 gigabyte.
Okay, that includes hosting.
Yeah, that includes the hosting for the WordPress.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the hosting plus FLATsite.
So $45
I think you're beginning to break up here. Your 4G connection is not going too well. So how are we doing? So hopefully it'll get better in a second. But while we're waiting there, so it's $45 a month for hosting, and also you get FLATsites with your hosting.
Yes, but what we are hosting is only the WordPress, not the deployed HTML CSS site.
Yeah. Okay, so basically the best thing for people to do is to go to the FLATsite website. So what's the URL for the FLATsite website?
FLATsite.com.
FLATsite.com. How easy is that? Okay, so go to FLATsite.com and you can go along and find out everything about FLATsite. Sounds to me like it ticks a lot of great boxes. Security, it ticks speed, it's simplicity, which is great. It's fabulous for small to medium-sized businesses also, and even the big blogger networks, as Freddy was just saying there. So is there anything else there, Freddy, that you want to add?
You put everything together what we have. Perfect.
I put everything together. Oh, good stuff. Let me tell you, Freddy, it's been fantastic talking with you, and I wish you all the best with FLATsite. I must admit, the team that I met at NamesCon were wonderful, and just to talk with them, interact with them, to find out what's going on with FLATsite and all that sort of thing. And I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic success. Like just about everything you've touched in your life has been a great success. And one of the joys of my life had anyway is the fact that you're still in the domain industry. You know, we get you in the domain industry and you just never can get out. Anyway, it's been great talking with you, Freddy. See you later.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem.